Hello everyone and a warm welcome to the Directions Live online webinar series by Esri Malaysia. My name is Amir Faisal and I'm your host for today's session. Introducing today's presenter is Fatin Rahayu, our industry consultant with the enterprise consulting team of Esri Malaysia. So she'll be leading the webinar today, and without any further ado, I shall pass the presentation to Fatin. Over to you, Fatin.
Okay, thank you so much for the opening, Ame. And first and foremost, I would like to welcome everyone and thank for joining the session. So basically today, I will cover the topic of ArcGIS Enterprise Site and ArcGIS Hub. So let's start the session. All right, so for today's agenda, we will go over the brief introduction on ArcGIS Enterprise Site and also ArcGIS Hub. Then we will go over the common question, which is when to use ArcGIS Hub and when to use ArcGIS Site. Moving on, we will cover on the common use of these two applications. And next, we will cover the content curation for the best way in creating the site. And then we will go on how to picking the first site. And towards the end of the session, actually, we'll go over a very short demo on this application. So let's start. So actually, ArcGIS Enterprise Site is a capability that allows you to create custom website and web pages with the target being the non-user GIS, where we think of the portal as the GIS home base. And regarding the functionality, it was placed on the web and that interests the non-GIS users. And actually, ArcGIS Hub is a similar application to the enterprise site. It's an easy to configure cloud platform that allows you to collaborate with the community to accomplish information-driven initiative even with the projects. So the key here is ArcGIS Hub actually is a part of ArcGIS Online, which is it comes with into two flavors, which is ArcGIS Hub Basic and Hub Premium. But in this session, actually, we will focusing mostly around the basic functionality, but highlighting the area where if you have premium license, you have extra functionality, more options, and ability to do some engagement with people outside your organization, such as community engagement by sending feedback and providing information. And ArcGIS Enterprise Site is a very similar. It extract hub, actually is abstract hub website and pages and put in your enterprise deployment. So as a conclusion, as a simple way, ArcGIS Hub is in ArcGIS Online, whereas the enterprise site is in ArcGIS Enterprise. So actually, the normal question that user asks is when actually to use either to use the enterprise site and when to use ArcGIS Hub. So let us see the conditions. So actually, Hub is a great when you can use ArcGIS Online because there's no credit burning, and then not much consumption when people use the site frequently because Esri manage it because it's on the cloud platform. So Hub does have more features compared than enterprise site due to its nature to deployment. And then ArcGIS Hub actually contains 3 subsystems that which is enterprise site does not. So what is it? The first one is it can support multiple custom domain in Hub applications, and then actually expanded download system and caching platform, which is we can have more data format available on top of your data services, even with the also the data sources. And then the third one is the search experience also increase in ArcGIS Hub. So if you can use the online, so it's better to use the ArcGIS Hub. But no worries. If you want But no worry, if you want to deploy on your network, which is it can be also online, so that enterprise site can be shown because you have a complete control over the web server. And now, what do people use the ArcGIS Hub and enterprise site for? Let's take a look on that and find out the usage actually. Hub is used by ArcGIS online and enterprise customer primarily to build communication bridge between their existing outward facing before this and then with their authoritative data. So when leveraged well, Hub actually fill the gap of a system that empowers you to inform, listen, and monitor your goals and how actually audience engage with this goal. So for example, here actually this example from City of Raleigh, they are connected the dots. They built a bridge between existing Raleigh government site and authoritative data by using Hub to inform and to engage their community and to monitor goals together with the community too. So actually, what's possible with Hub in building communication bridge? So, and then what people building using Hub? So let's take a look on this example. Hub, actually internal, Hub site across the globe, variant and visual. Even in the layout, the storytelling, goals, functionality, and even its content. And then internally, it's difficult to know. Actually, it's difficult to know how organizations are internally leveraging Hub, because obviously it's not publicly to the accessible on there. But however, from interacting with the customers, actually, we know they are working some similar pattern on those, something like similar to the external. So now, let me show you example on ready-made applications, which are the city of Brampton. It is in Canadian city that use ArcGIS Hub applications. So let's see the demo on this. The city of Brampton shared their open data on the Brampton GeoHub, a portal where everyone can discover, analyze, and download the city data. This data is being collected and used throughout city department to help in decision-making processes and to improve on services delivered to citizens. The city collects data on things like what being developed in local neighborhood, what roads are closed due to constructions, project, park amenities, real-time transit, location, alert, and as well as many other interesting data sets. By making this data available to more than just city staff, everyone get an opportunity to use the data however they would like. And then the city of Brampton make it easier for everyone to use open data by building web applications with it and using data to tell the stories. It have 6 ways to unleash Brampton open data, which can, for example, first we can explore the data and then visualize the data and then perform analysis, highlight the spatial patterns, mash up data, tell your story with your own data analysis, and then quickly combine your map analysis and data into a proposed apps. So City of Brampton also built the city dashboard as a central location that allow everyone to track and monitor the city service performance, because they do believe monitoring services performance and community measure will have innovation and continuous improvement to make Brampton successful. This ongoing commitment to transparency and engagement with the public is absolutely key to Brampton's success as a future-ready smart city. For example, here, we can directly know the focus area that need improvement and which area that already meet the target. And then one more example is the dashboard, which is the 2050 median income for males and females. which is the map shows the median income by census, the track where the darker area that have a higher median income. This is actually the example of ArcGIS hub for city of Brampton. It's a very nice hub that built up by the city of Brampton actually. If you want, you can do and search on this, explore on this hub by your own actually. Now we go to the content curations, which is one hub can have many pages, bring live your data. And now I will give an ideas and a tips on how to have a great site where these 4 things is. The first one, to inform, and then to listen, to convey, and then to monitor. Okay, so let's know more on how to use these kind of 4 things. Okay, what is the first impression you want people to have when to view your initiative actually? Elevator pitch of the initiative and why actually is important. So the key concept here for inform actually to have community to communicate the goal and to measure, and then even we want to share the data and the facts with the public. So actually for incoming, Esri have a great solution for that. We can use the hub site, we can use the map and scene, and even urban project, whatever they are, just pick the best kind of look that fix your information and always consider. For example, here is a mixing and matching because different people thinking different way. So just using our new apps, Experience Builder, to show how look rates of your data sets. Then we can use the indoor experience and put, which is normally this common using, we can put an address bar where people actually can find themselves in these applications. And if we have a static data, actually we can use analysis capability to make it more interesting. And then the second one, we are moving to the listening. So the key concept here is to create two-way communications. It's not like we don't want to create an application that like there's no one going to use the application. So better we have the kind of element in our site or our hub. So actually we can use something like Esri application, for example, like Survey 123, even the crowdsource reporter, quick capture in our application. So for example here, we can use the draw form, one of the draw form to listen for a data. And for listen for opinion, normally we can use our Esri digital form using our Survey 123. Then convening is a good idea actually, especially if the public side trying to reach out about something. The key concept here is to create solution together. You don't need to have a perfect content before scheduling an event, but creating one and having it on the calendar actually help drive initiative production internally and forces you to compile your story and content. So we can using as a solution, we can using the hub event. Hub event, as I mentioned before, is a premium features in the ArcGIS Hub Premium that lets you launch event on page, which is it gives you access to extra layout card that you can embed among your site. So just this to get people physically together and get the engagement to the next level. We can make a goal by knowing how many people sign up, how many projects are doing, and how many actually volunteers in our engagement. So we can have a goal to make more people engaging with our initiative. And the last thing actually is the monitoring, which is the last step to tracking over the time. The key concept here is something outcome, to show outcome and KPI measure over the time. So in here, to monitor actually, Esri have the solution, which is we can use one of our application, for example, operation dashboard. And then we have the ability, for example, using the experience builder, and then you can monitor yourself by using Google Analytics. These all application in ArcGIS platform, which is we are actually easily to be created. So this example of how we normally monitor using operation dashboard, and then this example, the Google Analytics, you can see the little monitoring on how many people looking at your site, and then session, how many sessions, and everything. It's a very simple here applications. So next, picking your first site. If you are looking on finding the apps, actually is available first in apps launcher. It's actually in a home application of your portal. So here on the left side is the apps in ArcGIS Online, and then on the right side is the apps in the ArcGIS Enterprise. So not only that, you can find it on the grid menu, but this is only applicable in the ArcGIS Online. You can find here the site applications. So actually, when you click the app launcher for the app, you will see the overview here, which is in the place. It shows a site and content that we created in the applications. So actually, it depends on your license. If you have a premium license, you can see a community engagement, and then you can have a dashboard to monitor. It depends on the license that you are purchasing actually. So actually, there's some idea on how on creating the site and hub that we should take into considerations in terms of time investment. Many people start using ArcGIS actually to sharing data privately or publicly to non-GIS users. So that actually don't require too much time investment, which is once you get set up data, share it, and then worldwide, then get the site. That's so easy, does not consume more time. But if you're trying to do specific project or long running engaging program or something more complicated basis, which will take over months or years, so actually those sites will consume more time to develop actually, and because it will consume time to even to create the content, which is we will put it into our site or hub. And if you try to do deep engagement and then to get the community feedback, will consume more time, especially to make sure all the apps are running to get the data. Now, let me show you a demo on creating the hub, which is this example of ArcGIS Hub prepared by Esri Malaysia to monitor COVID-19 cases in Malaysia. Actually, on top of the hub is clearly show that what the purpose of the hub being created, which is it have multiple types of content in this hub. For example, we can clearly see the current statistic for the cases map that have cases information for each step. We also include a graph of daily cases, important announcement, and current status about the movement restriction order, and it have embedded pages coming from Twitter and YouTube. Not only that, it loaded with different kind of application that built by Esri technology into this platform. such as Operation Dashboard, Experience Builder, Web Map, and many more. So, with this kind of app, we can clearly see, for example, map that's showing the hospital and everything. So this hub loaded with the apps, not only Malaysia, but also all the around the world. So let's see how simple to create this kind of app. For a start, we'll see how to customize the top of informations, the header of the hub actually. We go to customize, click on the setting where we can enter the name and summary of the hub. Even we can set the size of the header, set the theme for the hub, especially on the colors, and then we can customize the layout of the GeoHub. There's multiple kind of layout that we can select and use for example, such as like this. So let's us insert a layout text into this hub, which is so easy. We just drag and drop the widget into the windows, and then we name it as a peta lokasi COVID-19 mengikut negeri, and then even we can change the color and the font size. This is how easy actually we can do to create an hub. So from that, let's see how to be setting actually. Next, we can see how to setting the footer, which is we have an option either to customize or not, which is we can adding some simple code inside this footer to make it is more better based on our preference actually. This is how easy actually we can to create a hub using ArcGIS platform. This is all the hub. So actually, in summary, there are three key takeaways that we can take it from these sessions, which is the first one, ArcGIS Enterprise site actually is a capability that allows you to create customized website and web pages using ArcGIS Enterprise platform. The second one, ArcGIS Hub is an easy to configure cloud platform for organizations to collaborate with their communities. And then the third one, hub and site actually used for communication bridge. So here, actually the link for the solution, if you want to know more, you can refer for this link for ArcGIS Hub and ArcGIS Enterprise site. So which is on the solution link, we have a lot of application in this presentation. Actually, we have more on this. So that's from me for now. So I will pass over to Amir. So Amir.
Okay, thank you, Fatih. That was really an interesting presentation on the ArcGIS Hub and also the enterprise sites. So basically, if you can see from here, we can actually design an interesting web pages that provides information to our users without even using any coding. So you can just use drag and drop widgets to actually create something interesting. And if you have some more capabilities, then you can adopt to put in some more codes in there. So if you have been listening intently to Fatin during the presentation, and if you haven't had the chance to type in your question, you can still do that. So let's just kick off with one of the questions that we have over here. So the first question is ArcGIS Hub available on ArcGIS Enterprise? Over to you, Fatin.
Okay, all right. So it's a good question actually.
Okay.
ArcGIS Hub Basic is available for ArcGIS Enterprise, which is naming as an ArcGIS Enterprise site. So with ArcGIS Enterprise, you can manage your data, mapping, and visualization, even with the location analytic on premise, which is with your infrastructure. You control all the servers. It's all on your own deployment. So ArcGIS Enterprise site is equivalent to ArcGIS Hub Basic. So allow you to create unlimited site and pages and part of your organization enterprise portal. So ArcGIS Enterprise site does not include ArcGIS Hub premium features, such as to engage with the community, and then to create an event, to integrate with the support and everything. So maybe along over, Esri will improve on this. But for now, is ArcGIS Hub is actually naming as a ArcGIS Enterprise site in enterprise environment.
Okay, thank you, Fatim. So that's the difference there. So we have ArcGIS Hub for the ArcGIS Online, and we have the similar offering, but we call it is the enterprise sites with some different capabilities for the ArcGIS Enterprise. So for the next question from one participant here, what is the difference between a site and an initiative? Over to you, Fatim.
Okay, all right, thanks. Thanks for the question, actually. Actually, this is a common question that normally people would like to know, actually. So actually, an initiative requires a subscription actually to ArcGIS Hub Premium and allows members to bundle content around a project, a topic, or initiative. So every initiative include. So this is the key point is here. Every initiative include a site, a core team, and the ability to send email and content to specific audience, including the public. And actually, a site is a one element inside of an initiative that provide internal and public audience with a place to sign, search, and download the contents. And a site in comparison is one element in an initiative that provide internal and public audience with a place to sign, search, and download content. So which is every site can include multiple pages, so you can build out a comprehensive brand experience for the initiative.
Okay, thank you, Fatim. So we have another question here. The question goes, can I share my data to the public using ArcGIS Enterprise sites? Over to you, Fatim.
Okay. Yes, the answer, you want a simple answer is yes, but you must to make sure the download item and the source are shared publicly. This is the most important. So actually to control access to your site and then to navigate to the administrative application, so we should visit there's a one site tab in your Windows. So each site have three sharing option actually. Share, you can share with the team and then select the icon and then share with your enterprise portal, and then even you can share with the public. So this, when you share with the public, you will allow anonymous users to access to your site. So the answer is yes, we can share publicly your data to enterprise site.
Okay, thank you, Fatim. So moving on, there's another question here. How will upgrading to ArcGIS Hub Premium give any effect to my existing content?
Okay, so normally it's like, for example, I'm purchasing ArcGIS Hub Basic at first, and then I want to upgrade the ArcGIS Premium. Is it affected my content? No, the answer is no. It's like the same others Esri product, which is if you're upgrading your version, you won't affect your content. The only change is that the existing site in your ArcGIS Hub Basic will become initiative, because initiative provide access to premium features, including the template and the event. So you will get just the changes from the site. In a hub, it is a site name is a site, and then when you move to ArcGIS Hub Premium, it will name it as an initiative. That's the only difference.
Okay, great. Okay, so that's all the time we have today for the questions. So if there's any question that was not answered, we will surely reach out to you with a response. So just a little about what's coming next on our webinar series. So on the 26th of August, we'll discover advanced location technologies and telecom solution it offers with the GIS platforms that actually helps you to stay ahead. So this webinar is actually entitled Putting the Geospatial in 5G. So do keep a lookout for this space, esrimalaysia.com.my/webinars for the upcoming events and webinar series. So we really love your feedback. So take the time to fill out the brief survey that you will see pop up at the end of this session. And if there's any further feedback or questions, you can actually send them directly to events@esrimalaysia.com.my. And finally, if you'd like to rewatch this webinar or share with your colleagues, the recording will be shortly available on the Esri Malaysia events page. Once again, I want to thank you, Fatin, and thanks everyone for joining us, and we'll see you for the next Direction Live webinar series. Goodbye.